No, go. 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 Sorry, guys, I'm arguing with the dog here. So, what's cracking? What's everybody up to? Hopefully, it's not all squiggly again tonight. I figured I'd jump on here, getting ready to eat dinner, and then go to the gym. We're going to talk about Ryan Garcia a little bit. Hello, hello. What's up? Good evening. Buenos noches. So I'm going to give it a minute or so, and then we're going to talk about Ryan Garcia a little bit, and wherever this live ends up going, we'll talk about that too. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And yeah, it seems like the weekends go by so fast. Welcome in, welcome in. See, we're starting to get a few people in here now. I just dropped a video on Ryan Garcia being arrested. Hey, what's up, Joey Frakes? How you doing tonight, bro? Good to see you in here again. We're going to talk a little bit about Ryan Garcia and wherever else it goes, basically. Ryan Garcia was arrested yesterday for public intoxication and felony vandalism. He was arrested at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Beverly Hills. Apparently, he was tripping. Yeah, out of Victorville, that's right. I do have a face for radio. Hey, what's up? He says, hey, Bobby, shout out from the East Coast, homie. That's right, shout out to the East Coast. Sausage Mahoney says they can't stop us. A cigarette. I hope you. Chillin says, hey, how are you doing tonight, brother? It's sort of refreshing to see somebody blazing a cig. I hope you have a peaceful night, sir. I will be tuning in. I appreciate you. And Monk made it in tonight. What's up, Monk? How are you? Missed you last night. Glad you made it tonight. What's up, Gulp? So we're going to talk a little bit about Ryan Garcia and what's going on with this guy. Victorville's finest. I don't know if that's saying a lot or not, but yeah, Ryan Garcia was arrested in Beverly Hills yesterday. Apparently he was intoxicated and he was tripping at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. This is one of those ritzy 5-star type of joints, and you know they ain't putting up with any bullshit up in there. So anyways, but I'm starting to think so. I'm sorry, I can't see what your name says there. All I see is a symbol. But he says Garcia's a J-cap, bro. Yeah, you know. Why you smoking? Why not? You want one? So, yeah, he was arrested. They said they ended up taking him to a hospital afterwards. I don't know if they're doing a mental evaluation or not. The article I read wasn't real clear as far as why he was taken to a hospital. It could be because he was really highly intoxicated. You know, Amine. Welcome in. So yeah, maybe it was just because he was really intoxicated and they didn't want to just drop him in a holding cell and have him possibly die or something, you know? Uh, Someone says, "You okay, son?" I'm all right. Are you okay, son? That is the question. And your name is in, it looks like Japanese or something, maybe. So I can't say your name. What's cracking, G? Says the Mexican G. Somebody says, "You got any thoughts on old boy Wes Watson?" Oh, I got a lot of thoughts on that dude. He's I think he's crashing, you know. But you are Muslim? No. Mushrooms? No. I have to watch smoking on YouTube Live. Somebody will report you and they will take it down. Okay, I appreciate that, chillin'. Good looking out. But as far as Wes Watson goes, oh my God, this guy, he is he is super wood. The super wood pile representative. What's up, Dr. Disaster? How are you tonight? Um, yeah, he basically. What's up, Jason Pollard? He basically created an image. What's up, Q? Hey, Coco. How you doing? He created an image that, you know, I look at it like this, like some of the gangster rappers of the '90s. Tupac said it best. Um, I lost my train of thought. My bad. Basically, he found a void in the YouTube prison genre, and I'm doing good, Jason. Thanks. I hope you're doing well too. He found a void in the prison YouTube genre because there were a lot of Hispanics and maybe a couple of blacks, but there wasn't really a white guy. And he basically put that image out of what people portray prisoners to be. And people ate it up, you know? Like, he said, I heard the guy on SNY's his whole term. You know, I can't really speak to that. I talked to somebody that did some time with him, though, on a GP. And he told me that he was a very intense person in there as well. So I think it was a level 3, but who's trying to roast me? Joel? What's up, Joel? I don't know. I missed it, I guess. The wood pile. WP. That's right, chilling. So, yeah, but we started on Ryan Garcia tonight. Like, there's another guy that's crashing, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I seen that, Joe. You know, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping on that. That's cool. You know. But, yeah, Ryan Garcia was arrested, and I don't expect that to amount to much, honestly. Felony vandalism, like 15 grand, and public intoxication, like I'm sure he probably got sight released, you know, right after the arrest. If he even hit a cell, I doubt he did. So he's all right for now. Q. The Mexican G says Watson just exaggerates his stories. There's some truth to what he says, but lots lies mixed in, yeah. And I think that like the thing is, when you're locked up, you hear a lot of war stories, right? Like I've heard millions of war stories of people that, oh yeah, I was in Pelican Bay shoe, and I mean, well, do I think Ryan Garcia will become a Southsider? An honorary one, maybe. I don't know. I don't think he's going to see much time, to be honest with you. But uh, if he sees any time behind bars at all, But when you're locked up and doing time, whether it be especially in the county, in them holding cells when you're getting processed in like LA County, like everybody wants to tell the so-called little homies that, oh yeah, I was in Corcoran Shoe kicking it with the big homies and this and that and the other. And then, next thing you know, like a riot kicks off and they're over there hiding in the corner. So, people that talk real big, I don't put a whole lot of stock into it until I see you in action. You know what I mean? If you're claiming to be a killer, then, and we're doing time, at some point, somebody's going to need to get killed. You know what I mean? So, going to be a safe flash. Chillin says, I got rid of a K number and now I live peacefully life in the backwoods of Colorado. That's right, homie. Shout out to you for giving him that number back. I had a V number I gave him back, and that was a great day, But Doug Nasty says, Ryan's going to join every prison gang. Yep. But, the thing is, he's got some money, so even if he were to do any time, like, he doesn't have any crimes that are weird or anything, So, LA County 5200 block. I've never been to 5200. I did 2900. I did 3400, 9500. Pretty much all of pitches are wayside. But, yeah, it's popping. For sure. The Men's Central, Men's Central's always popping, Oop, there it is. 1500 block. I never heard of 1500 block. I know like 1750, 1650 are like the high power types, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Ghost G, you're tripping, dude. Do you think Ryan will be the leader of every gang by the time he gets out? Potentially, I'm sure he'll have him and Wes Watson can get together and, it's like the first one got timed out tonight, for tripping. Ghost G was tripping. Now Ghost G is Ghost. What's up, Jason? Too fair, Ryan would probably be able to keep up with the program time. Oh, no doubt about it. I'm sure he'd be a burpee monster, like the workouts would definitely be nothing. We know the guy's got hands, so, I think he'd be all right, I think Jason Pollard needs some attention. You need some attention, Jason? Guess what I am? What does that mean, Jason? Guess what I am? You're a turkey sandwich, Jason. That's my guess. You're someone who wants attention, Jason. That's my second guess. Get meds, homeboy. Oh, some other people are guessing now. Uh-oh. Doug Nasty says, Wes Watson once took on... Where'd it go? I lost it. Hold on, I want to see that one. That message got restricted, so I don't know. You must have said something. Whoopsie. Jason, John Rodriguez says Jason is a cop. Uh-oh. We got the popo in the chat. He said, how do you know? Looks like the chat is live tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. Are you trying? Am I trying what? Gamer C? You back? Monk says, at Jason, off your meds. Gamer C, oh, you got booted last night, dude. Like, are you aiming for that again or what? Jake Jimenez says, Wes not only has the keys to the yard, he has the keys to my heart. Wow. That's... You like steroided out buff guys or what? Have you... Really, Angel? It's like Gamer C got timed out too, damn. We're on a roll tonight. He says 5-0. Monk says 5-0. Oh, Lord. Well, I see the little kid is back attention seeking again. Yeah. Oh, it's count time. Count time, gentlemen. Take it back to your house. Take it back to your house. I think he went as felon from CWB. I don't know what that means. Thanks, Coco. I got a good count time story for you guys. I've told this one on live before, but why not? Let's do it again. So I was in Delano reception, building C. I think it was building C, C2, I think it was. And it's big dormitory housing. And the CO's coming through, and there was somebody with one of the COs was walking with him. He had stripes on his arm. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, yard recall. No, I don't, right? But he had stripes, and we would bet on command push-ups because, you know, I didn't want to bet money if I did bet on something. So I owed the homeboy across the way some on command push-ups. Now, let me try to explain what the building looks like. You have all these picnic tables in the middle of the building, and then you have bunks that go like in a U shape. Like it's long and then going that way, right? No, I ain't got no money, Jason. You can hit me with a super chat if you want, though, and then we can solve that problem. But so it's in a U shape, right? And then you got stairs on the side, and then it's in a U shape upstairs as well. Restrooms in the rear, podium in the front type of thing, and program office and all that stuff up in the front, or the CO's office, not program office. But, you know, you stand in front of your bunks when it's count time, and they come through and they check and make sure all the bodies are there that are supposed to be there. And there's a CO coming down the way, and he's got somebody with stripes on his arm, right? So I look across the way. I owe the homie some on-command push-ups, and the homie's over there, like, giving me the sign, like, can I get one? Can I get one? And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, these COs are coming there, like, maybe about 10 or 15 feet down the row. So I take a step back real quick, drop down, give him one, pop back up right as he's approaching. They didn't catch it. And the homie across the way is like, that's right, Wood. It is what it is. You do what you have to do in there to amuse yourself, you know? Even if it may involve pepper spray. It is what it is, though, you know? But yeah, I'm not sure who Ryan Garcia would run with in there. He might go Paisa. Cause or he'd have to be like a resident Southsider. But I mean, he's got money. He'd be all right. And vandalism ain't gonna take him to the joint anyway. So, unless he jumps over the table and beats up the judge at his arraignment. I don't even know if he's going to get an arraignment, honestly. They'll probably work something out. Yeah. If people know you got money, they're definitely going to try. Divineful says, I don't see this presidential election happening. Could be a possibility there. Could be a possibility there. I know, I don't want to dig too deep into politics, but I know there is the, what is it called? The Wars Act, the Presidential Wars Act, where they can cancel the election if we are in an active war. So I think Tucker Carlson had talked about that. He said we'd be in a hot war with Russia before the election. So, and I hear Russia's staging some naval equipment down around Cuba now. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. So, where's everybody tapping in from tonight? And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I appreciate that. And if you could share the live, it helps to get the exposure out. I appreciate that. And if you don't know how to smash that like button, apparently there are 3 dots down at the bottom that you push, and then the like button will pop up. Ramona, one of my super moderators, told us that last night on the live. So now I know. The Mexican G says tapping in from Joshua Tree. That's right. Shout out to Joshua Tree. Bend over. Shout out from St. Louis, Maine. That's right. Shout out to St. Louis. How you guys doing out there, man? There's been a lot of really crazy weather this year. I hope everybody's doing all right out there. St. Louis is a wild place, man. Divineful says, watching in Texas. That's right. Shout out to Texas. Texas is huge. When I was driving truck, you could drive for like 2 days and still be in Texas. that place is massive. And I'm drinking coffee in case anybody wants to know, because people always ask. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Mr. Garcia. He has such a promising boxing career. It's kind of unfortunate now that I think he might have some mental health issues. He had said that so yeah, they tend to be that way in Cali too, bro. He says Ben says, yeah, St. Louis is wild. They're so lean here on crimes. Yeah. Come close to the camera again and talk to us like you did last time. Yeah, Ryan's definitely a mess right now, though. Like, I watched that last fight with Haney, and like, the kid is good. He's really good, What's up, Max Hendry? How you doing tonight? I just hope he can get it together. They said, I guess his mom isn't doing too well. So, prayers going out to her. Hopefully she's going to be all right. When you're young and on top of the world, like Ryan is, though, like, there's a lot of stuff that becomes available to you. And I'm not suggesting that he's using any illegal substances, but some of the stuff that he says leads me to believe that might be the case. I don't know, but, I hope he's going to be all right, because he's still young, He's an excellent fighter, too, so. Monk says, Angel, you need a friend. So, yeah. Figured I'd get on here and see what everybody's up to this fine Sunday evening. We got like 12 more weeks until football starts, so we're counting down the days. Yeah, Divineful says hopefully he is doing okay, whatever he's going through. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to. I don't wish bad on anybody, and like I said, I like Ryan Garcia. Like watching his fight, like he looks like he's got plenty of talent. Uh, Hopefully, the people that are around him are steering him in the right direction. Because there's when when you have the bag, everybody wants the bag, basically. And I'm not referring to. I'm talking about money here. So everybody. So wife and I got voted emo prom king and queen last night. That's right. Congratulations on that, Monk. It's good stuff. Divineful says, "What side you on, Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?" I heard Tyson pulled out. I heard he's going to fight Wilder now. Deontay Wilder, I think. Uh, yeah, the Mexican. So yeah, as far as Tyson and Paul, if it would have been Tyson and Paul, I want Tyson to knock him out. I've been a Tyson guy forever, So, uh, I think that Jake Paul's a talented fighter, but I think if he wants to be taken seriously, he needs to start fighting some people that are actually fighters, active fighters. That's the only way he's going to start climbing up the ranks. Yeah. Oh, she says new fight is in November. Monk says, would you take a punch from Tyson for 10 grand? Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. The Mexican G says, Ryan was a middle class kid that got rich. A lot of us would go crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I remember when I was young, we used to always talk about because Tyson was just destroying everybody. And we used to always say, for $1 million, would you take a shot from Tyson? And hell yeah. Like 10K plus medical expenses, right? I'm gonna need to have my jaw wired back together and but yeah, we would always talk Lou says no respect for Mike Tyson rape OPOS. What do you think about Tupac, Lou? Or Kobe? I'll do it for you for free. You'll do what for Q? For $10. Tupac or Biggie, chat? Tupac or Biggie? I'm Team Tupac. Although Biggie had some bangers, man. I ain't gonna lie, but back when those guys were still both breathing, I can't stand Kobe. He is the same, and I'm a Lakers fan. Okay. What about Tupac? Same. Okay. Yeah, but back when that whole East Coast West Coast beef was going on, like I was totally Team West Coast, and like I didn't even want to hear Biggie's music. I hear you, Lou. Yeah, I hear you. Team Biggie says Monk. Biggie was a thug that rapped. Tupac was a rapper that played a thug. He was Wes Watson back in the day. What do you say? I found a weakness in the rap game and sold it. That was the lyric I was trying to think of earlier. Kind of like Wes Watson with the YouTube genre. He found a weakness. There wasn't that super white guy, gangster guy, and he stepped right in there and did that. Nowadays, Wes is just too philosophical for me, though. You can't be a big old musclehead and be a damn scholar at the same time. I mean, I guess you could, but it just doesn't. It don't compute to me. So Tupac was a theater kid, says the Mexican G. Yeah, and the thing about Pac though, I will say is in the short time he was on this earth, man, he got a lot done. That dude was a grinder, man. Uh, like however many albums he put out, movies, like he he just like his hustle game was real. Yeah, and Digital Underground, huh? Exactly. I like Digital Underground. Yeah, they had some good stuff. Yeah, Biggie stuff though, like when I hear it now, I'm like, man, that's still a banger. But when all of that stuff was going on, he says most prison YouTubers with over 50K subs are generic AF. Your channel is one of the legit ones coming straight from the horse. I appreciate that. What are we gonna call you? Because all I see is like a symbol. I don't know what to call you there, man. Just imagine if Pac didn't die, man. Right? I know. Imagine if both of them hadn't passed. Like what music would be like now. Because Monk says I was in the army in Germany when Digital Underground hit. Got so sick of the Humpty Dance. Yeah, that they tend to overplay the hell out of stuff. So what do you mean, Joel? He says so he better live up to his name and be present for every live. I don't understand. I don't know who you're talking about, bro. Call him present. Oh, I see what you're saying. Call him present. Yeah, the icons are real small on my screen, so it's kind of hard for me to see. I thought maybe it was like a butterfly or something, like something in the middle, and then things going out. I don't know. Is that a present? Present? So yeah, hopefully Ryan Garcia gonna be all right. Uh, Wes Watson's gonna Wes Watson. Divine says thoughts on the Drake situation. Tony Robbins says hey, Bobby, hey, it's me from Tony from high school. What high school do we go to, Tony? Ed Fred Dad says cancer free. Congrats. What high school we go to, Tony? If we went to high school together. Divineful says thoughts on the Drake situation. I think Kendrick Lamar came out of nowhere on that one, man. His diss track, straight banger, man. Beat everything. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like he kind of sounds like throwback to the type of music that I used to listen to. More that gangster stuff. But along with the little euphemisms he dropped in there, A minor. Ed says, Bobby, I love your show. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Can't remember the name of the high school, but you remember me, though. Okay. From Florida, says Ed. Shout out to Florida. Who doesn't remember what high school they go to? Too much drugs. Wow. Q says, have you heard that BBL Drizzy song? I don't know, no. Tony says, think it was Florida High. I moved around a lot, so hard to tell. I never lived in Florida, buddy. But appreciate you tapping in, Tony. Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Uh, we're growing. And also, the Mexican Garcia you seem like you're from the IE. You got that right, homie. Florida High or Sacramento High? No. Yep, Mexican G is on it. He's good. That's where I grew up. Can you please lend me your social security number? Oh, just the social? You don't need the mother's maiden name or the name of my first pet or the street I grew up on, Tony? That's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. Joel says, "What? Don't bang on me. I am very scared, Bobby. Bobby Wobby." Hey, Jenny gives you 3 wishes. Divineful says that Genie gives you 3 wishes. What would they be? That's a good one. Health for my family would be the first one. And yeah, you're good, Mexican G. The first one will be health for my family for sure. Financial security would probably be the second one. And maybe you could just let me hold a milli. Tony went to New Delhi High. Three wishes. If I can borrow yours. Wow, Tony, really? Q wants a new truck, right? Someone with a lock before, not even gonna lie, Mr. Bobby. You scare me. I have beat somebody with a lock. It's funny you say that. Maybe I'll tell that story at some point. He was one of those people that abused little children. So he had yeah, Tony. Hey, go ahead and hit me with like a $50 super chat, and I'll cash app you 20, bro. Yeah, I started to tell the story last night. I found it's funny. I found a shank at work a couple nights ago, and like I was tripping like that straight. Took me back to the joint, guys. Like this blade was probably the length of this pin. Actually, it was longer, but it was taped off at the bottom. It was a flat, probably about that wide. And man, that was a dangerous piece right there, you know. Monk says still got it in case it cracks off. Who here can put money on my books, please? All right, Tony, what's going on, bro? A minute ago you said your kid was hungry. Now you need money on your books. Cora says, you see my above comment? No, I didn't. Let me go back and take a look real quick. Oh, really, Dad? I want to hear that lock story. At some point, maybe we'll tell that one. All right, Tony. So now you need money for your son again. But a minute ago, you said put money on your books. What correctional facility you at, bro? Corcoran sensitive niche. Max Henry says he's had Corcoran SNY. Damn. GBG or what? I heard them fools are putting in work right now. I was checking out Renegade Media, and he said, man, those GBGs are putting the yard down like all the time. That's wild. If you don't know what GBG is, that's gay boy gangsters. That's you want money on your books? What joint you in, Tony? Yeah, listening to Renegade Media, though, he said those GBGs are putting it down right now. They're smashing everything. The one we call present says Tony and Jason are tipped up with GBG. Well, I'm being housed at C3 right now. Can't say the place in case you rat. Wow. Never done that, brother. Not my style. Tony probably got a stub toe at Uni C3. Pelican Bay shoe? Yeah, Unit C3, right. Short corridor? I can't trust random snitches online. Who's live? I join, right? Yeah. Ken Woody says, I don't know what that is. In case you're at, right? Humanoid is what I am, says Ken. Coming live and direct from High Desert State Prison. Bravo Yard. I've actually had people check in on the live, though, that were incarcerated. There was a guy out of Canada. Ken says, reptilian is what I am. Shout out to my reptilians out there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure, reptilians can subscribe too, so, feel free to hit that like, and smash that like button while you're in here as well. California, Tony? Let's play 20 questions and see if I can guess where you're at. Yes, sir, says Ken Woody. What's up, Marl Boro? He says, what's good, sir? What's up, bud? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you tapping in. Remember, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe. Channel's going up. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that notification bell too, so when I drop a new video, you will be informed. Because I'm bringing the information. Ryan Garcia was arrested yesterday, if you're just tapping in. Apparently, he was wilding out at the Waldorf Astoria. I have trouble saying the name of that place, but apparently, President says, you ever see any homeboys from Peni when you did your time? I sure did. Actually, I got a story about Peni for you guys. So I was in reception. I think it was Bravo Yard at North Kern. And my cellie his name was Shorty. He was a short dude, probably 5'2", 5'3", big old basketball arms, like he had done a bunch of time, and straight peckerwood, and I'm just getting settled in. I'm still stuck on confined to quarters. When you first get to reception, for like the first week, you can't come out. Like you're confined to quarters until they do their background check on you and all that stuff. And they were running day room, and there was a guy from Kenai. I will withhold his name, but he was a death squad guy. He had death squad on his eyelids. And my first time in prison, I'll get to that question in just a minute, Mexican G. So yeah, I'm in reception. I'm confined to quarters, and the homie Shorty is up on the window, and this Peni guy comes over. I think he had the building, we'll just say, and so Shorty starts barking at the window like, "I don't take no orders from no damn skinheads," and that's a good one, James Dixon. No, I don't. And he's just wolfing at the door to this big old giant Peni guy. This guy's like 6'3", about 280, tatted from head to toe, just ripped. Like you could tell he had done a lot of time. And the Peni guy basically tells him, "Hey, let's just wait until the door cracks and we can talk about this face to face." And I'm like, oh boy. Like, this is my welcome to prison, I guess. We're, and those Peni guys, shout out to Peni, man. Those guys are soldiers. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, those guys are frontline, down for whatever, you know what I mean? And, so the Peni guy walks away, and Shorty's over there ranting and raving, and like, I ain't been in the cell that long. And, Shorty's ranting about the skinheads and, fuck these guys. His words, not mine. Okay, let's be clear about that. But, and when I do my time, like, I bick the head. You know what I mean? Like, I'm no hair, like, ready for whatever. And midway through his rant, Shorty stops and he looks at me and he says, "You're not a skinhead, are you?" I'm like, bro, if I was a skinhead, I would have got off on you a long time ago. You know what I mean? So, yeah, funny story there. Actually, funny thing is, when the doors cracked, we were going out to yard, and I was finally released from being confined to quarters. And we made it out to yard, and, one of the, I don't know if he's Peni or if he's a skinhead or what he was, but he walked over. He said, "Hey, you ready, brother?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?" Like, this is my first time on a prison yard. Literally, I've been out there for 3 minutes. I look up, I see Gunner up there, just like, "Come on, let me shoot somebody," type of shit, And "You ready, brother?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?" And he's like, "We're about to kick it off with the blacks." And I'm like, fuck. Are you kidding me? Like, I tell that story. You can, if you subscribe to the channel, you can go through my playlist. I talk about going to prison, I think it was called, and that story. Yeah, kicked off immediately. And I don't know if that was lucky that we didn't get into a war with Peni on that one, but geez, yeah, wild story. So there was another question. The Mexican G says, "What city has the downest woods?" I wish I could say San Bernardino, but there's not a lot of woods from San Bernardino. From what I seen, Sacramento's got some down ones. Some of the Riverside County guys too are really with the business. I mean, there's people that are down from all over the place. Coco County, definitely very well represented in the woodpile, and you know how they get down. Bakersfield got some soldiers. Uh, yeah, I don't know if there's. I know one thing I will say about the Downers Woods is when I got to the pin, everywhere I went, the IE car was the deepest. So, there was a lot of, I don't want to say hate, but like, uh, people didn't necessarily like us because we were big, you know? What's SBPG? Present. Uh oh. Joel says, Bobby Monk agreed to take me on a McDonald's date. Orange County, it says Max Henry. Yeah, Orange County's got some riders too. A lot of those Peni guys come out of Orange County. But I don't necessarily consider them woods. Peni's kind of its own thing, more along the lines of the skins. But yeah, like there's definitely some soldiers from there, you know? We are agreeing to be boyfriends. What? LADS. James Dickinson says Corcoran. Yeah, San Diego definitely has a lot of woods, and their fearless leader, Wes Watson from Dago. Actually, Wes Watson made a video that pissed me off. It was an older one. I just seen it recently, and he was talking about why they call it Dago. And, according to him, the reason they call it Dago is because they want to keep the IE out of it. IE has a lot of influence in there amongst the whites. Well, in the places I've been in, I don't know. Maybe if you get further up north, that might be different. But I did most of my time in the Central Valley. Actually, I did all my time in the Central Valley. So, it seems like depending on what area that you're in, it's just like if you go further up north, you're gonna have pins that are northerner pins. Further south, that are gonna be Southsider pins, type of thing. Unless you start putting in a bunch of work and you end up in Pelican Bay or something, in which case then, it is what it is. JJ says Norte. Shout out to the Norte. When I was doing time, there was always that rivalry, that chance of war with these other groups. But, nowadays, like, I don't... I have nothing but respect for everybody that's doing time and stuck behind them walls, man. Shout out to all the homies that are stuck behind the wall. Because, it sucks. It really does to have to do any time, really, and a lot of times people clown on the lower levels, but you know what? When you're in prison, and shit happens. You could be unalived on a level 1 yard just the same as in Pelican Bay Shoe. So yeah, being locked up definitely sucks. So, and a lot of those guys are in there because of things they did during their addiction. JJ says, game recognized game, all respect. Respect you as well, brother. So, it definitely ain't the place to be growing up. Like, I always thought I was predestined to hit the joint. A lot of people in my family had been locked up. Coco says one of mine and Akil's close friends is in jail right now up here, pretty close, and it sucks. Feeling helpless, not being able to help him, knowing he's setting locked in a building so close to us. Yeah, it's terrible, you know? I mean, hopefully he, yeah, I hear you, Coco. Yeah, and the thing is, that's another thing. Uh, that makes a good point. When you're locked up, it's not just you that's locked up. Like I always used to think I was doing it to myself, but it wasn't just me that was suffering. It was my family that was suffering too. It was my kids, my wife, that were all out there trying to do the best they can. While I'm in there, like, doing time is easy. If I'm being perfectly honest, there ain't nothing to do in time. Like it sucks. Don't get me wrong, but your lights aren't going to get shut off if you don't pay the bill. Your laundry's done for you. Your meals are brought to you. Like when I was doing time, the only true responsibility I had was if something needed to be done. In other words, like an inmate assaulted or something like that, and it was my turn, then it was my turn, and I was going to go do that. And if the yard kicks off with my group and some other group, then I needed to jump, and that was it. So doing time, it's not difficult. It sucks, but and I'm not saying, Coco, I'm not saying that it's easy for your friend in there. I don't mean it that way, but and hopefully they'll get some things figured out, and he'll be free here pretty soon. You know, but the Mexican G says, yeah, family definitely suffers the worst, especially the kids. Absolutely, absolutely. And it's the same when you're in your addiction. To be perfectly honest, you think you're just doing it to yourself, but you know the the family's just waiting for that phone call. Ramona says it's hard talking to someone in jail because you don't uh where to go, because you don't want to say what you're eating or doing because you don't want to remind them of what they don't have in there. Absolutely, that's a great comment. uh Max Henry says, Bobby, how about those early morning dry runs, going to court knowing nothing's going to happen? Man, I don't miss anything. Man, that's real talk right there, bro. Go wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning, give you some bullshit breakfast. You go sit in a holding cell for hours just for nothing to happen because it's not even your court date or, whatever. Like, that's awful. I definitely don't miss that stuff. What's up, Hellfire Paintball? He says, bit late, everyone. Hey, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, bro. So, yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and share the live. It really helps getting it out. The Mexican G says, yep, both my brothers were hooked on Scante. It was heartbreaking seeing how it affected my mom. Absolutely. And, besides that, like, I would imagine some of these family members are just waiting for that phone call and just hoping that you're just locked up. You know what I mean? Because, when you're out there running the streets doing that thing, like, people are unalived every day. And, you know, most of the places where you go to cop and stuff aren't exactly the most desirable neighborhoods. There's just like so much stuff going on in the streets. So, it's hectic, not only on yourself, but on the family as well. So, yeah, that's a great point, Mexican G. So, we are almost an hour in. Yeah, it is. Max Henry says Descante is tough, man. Yeah, it is. That's a. I'm just glad after I did my prison bit, I picked the cigarettes back up, which I shouldn't have, but I never picked that back up. Like I knew I was done at that point. And honestly, I thought I was done with smoking too. But to be honest with you, when you're doing time, tobacco's there. You know, even though they outlawed it in the prisons, it's still on the yard. And you know, if you're a solid individual, people are going to smoke with you. And so, you know, it wasn't uncommon to smoke while I was in there. Like I wasn't smoking anything like I do on the streets, but you know, I would land on a yard. The Mexican G says exactly. My mom would always say she was somewhat relieved when my brothers were locked up. She said at least they got food and she knew. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, but yeah, I wish I never would have picked up the cigarettes again, but you know, it is what it is. AD says, hello, sir. How are you today? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well also, AD. But yeah, you know, honestly, I think when California started changing some laws, I think that's why. What am I yapping about? Yeah, absolutely, Max. When I was out there doing my thing, occasionally I needed a timeout because without that timeout, I probably wouldn't be here anymore, you know? And when they went lax on the laws, you know, I don't want to see anybody go to jail, but if you're fighting with substance abuse, sometimes you need that little timeout to get your mind back right. And plus, you know, in Southern California in the county jail, you're going to work out. You know, it's pretty much mandatory with the program. So, you know, you go sit down for 6 months or whatever, and you get your mind right and you get your body right. And, you know, in those times, you would prepare for your next run because you get out and you go use again. And, you know, you end up catching a probation violation in a year or so or 6 months. And, you know, it was a vicious cycle. But now, like they're not really locking people up for that stuff anymore, and you see a lot more mental health issues on the street, a lot more homeless people, and you know, and you know, it is what it is now. So I don't know, but I think I'm gonna probably wrap it up here shortly. If you guys are new in here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and do me a favor and smash that like button while you're in here. Really helps with the algorithm and everything. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that when I go live or drop a new video, uh, you know, you'll be notified. So, what brand do I smoke? Montego. Los Altos in San Bernardino has the best burritos I've had. I don't think I've been to Los Altos before. It's just about dinner time, though, guys. So, uh, I think I'm going to cut it here shortly. So, what time is it in Kansas? Captain Recco says, if this live, if so, what time is it in Kansas City right now? How would I know what time it is in Kansas City? I'm not in Kansas City. Oh, it's on Waterman? Okay. But, really? So, yeah, I think I'm going to cut it. I'll probably be back on again tomorrow night. We'll see how things go. Uh, everybody have a great night. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Okay, you live, you passed. So, anyways, we're going to cut it. Uh, like I said, everybody have a great night. And damn, looks like Daniel got timed out by 2 mods. Damn, got DP'd. See what happens when you trip in the chat? Damn. So everybody have a great night. Like I said, I'll try to get back on tomorrow night around the same time. Uh, you know, one bit of advice I would give if you're trying to get free of addiction, stop looking back at your addiction through eyes of how great it was. Think about how bad it got. That will help you way more than romancing your addiction and thinking of all the great times you had. So with that, I'm gonna cut the string here. Everybody have a great night, and don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.